When did you start actually? I don't know that. When did you start?
My health kick came around. I met this dude Luke from Cape Cod last summer of 2021, and he showed me this thing called like an animal based diet, and he showed me Dr. Paul Saladino. I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah,
him,
yeah, I know
and
Paul.
I I like got into the idea of eating like meat and fruit, and I like really liked it. Um, but I wasn't quite in tune with it at that point. I was still like eating vegetables. I didn't really understand like any of the stuff. So things are, and this is like I was still treating my body pretty poorly at this point. Like I was on the verge of like what would have been almost dying from vaping and smoking and all kinds of other stuff. Like basically my lungs were failing from inhaling too many other things besides this air,
Yep.
which is it's as sad as it gets, and it's gonna happen to a lot of people. It's like, I mean, basically you either get cancer or your lungs fail. That's what happens when you smoke. It's like, and I'm talking about smoking dabs, like in cartridges, like THC carts,
Yeah.
vaping. Started vaping at 13 years old.
Yeah.
That's like really like that September 20th, 2021. I woke up at like 4:44 in the morning. I just like was gasping for air, and I just like I couldn't breathe. It was terrible. Like I was freaking out, like literally like crying, and I was like, what do I do? Like I'm like dying. Like this is it. Like game over. And I basically had to like voice in my head, be like, yo, like all you have to do is quit vaping and you'll be fine. Like that's it. Like just quit vaping and everything will work out. So like I bought a disposable like that previous day. And the next morning I woke up and I went out in my garage and I like smashed it with an axe. And
Nice.
it felt like I broke free from chains. Like imagine like being freed as a slave, and like I felt like the addiction was gone. Like that second. And I ripped a disposable once last October, and that same night I almost died again. And I was like, wow, like that was the biggest mistake I could have made. And from that day forward, I still have not vaped. So I've been off of vape for a long time. Smoke tobacco here and there, but not like a lot.
Do you think that the last time that you hit a vape, it could have been anxiety that made you feel like you were dying?
Uh, I'd say yes, but it wasn't the initial vape that did it. It was like I hit the vape once and said I shouldn't have done that. Later that night, I was smoking like these things called like cigarillos. They're like, I don't even know what brand they are, but they're this like tiny mini cigars. They're like 3 inches long, 4 inches long, and I like that night I like felt like my heart was like beating really fast. I was at the twins' house. Do you know them,
Um,
Anthony and Zach?
yeah, yeah.
So
I
like
didn't know if I wanted to say their name,
it's all
but
good. I will leave the last name out. And what happened was I was just like smoking a lot of tobacco, and I just like my heart like just started like palpitations, and I just was like not feeling it. Like I was like, what's going on? And then I like hit this point where I was like, oh shit, like something's not right. I have to leave. So I was in Zach's room playing Xbox, and that's when it happened. And I went to Anthony's room, drinking a hot tea, and then like 10 minutes later, I was like, bro, I gotta go, and I just left, and I like went home, and I was just like, I can't believe that just happened. Like my heart, I felt like my heart was like better, like to stop,
yeah.
and like I never felt that, but that was like the last time I really abused tobacco, and I basically haven't really smoked any tobacco since I smoked a blunt on my birthday. That was like a couple weeks ago, but it's like really like I'm trying to stop like smoking completely, and my alcohol use is very minimal, and like I don't drink hard alcohol. I used to abuse hard alcohol in high school, a lot of substance abuse in my past, and it did a lot of health damage. So that's like all it all led up to like that like September 20th, and then I moved into like eating healthy. Around most of September, I couldn't eat any meat besides fish, or most of the fall and that winter. And then come, I think March was the first time I ate a steak in like a year, and it was like the best steak I ever had. And
Hmm.
it was organic grass fed too. And I was like, I'm never gonna buy another steak that's not organic and grass fed. I still haven't.